in the solid rod has calculated. So how you will calculate the elongation in the solid rod then? Just stress multiplied by L, length of this rod divided by the Young's modulus. Young's modulus for this rod is not given in the tutorial sheet. So choose any appropriate Young modulus. Here I am taking 200 gigapascal. In the question it is not given, but it is required in the question. So elongation in the solid rod is calculated by this formula. So just stress multiplied by L divided by E. I think you all have aware of this elongation formula. If force, then FL divided by AE. Here A is cross-sectional area, Young modulus, length and force. Okay. Now, in the question it is given that if we will bore in this solid rod, then its elongation will be 15% of the previous extension. So the new elongation should be equal to the 1.15 times the previous elongation. So here I am denoting it by del L board rod is equal to 1.15 times the elongation of a solid rod. So again, what is the difference between this board and the solid one? The cross-sectional area of this rod has been reduced. So the area of reduced cross-section is calculated over here So stress in the reduced section is now we can calculate the stress in the reduced section. So force is same. That means this force is common throughout. This force is common throughout the in the board section as well as in the solid section. So now we can calculate the stress in the reduced section. So it can be calculated by this formula. So now the total elongation, how you will calculate? We have two sections. One is the solid section and another one is the board section. So let the length of this board section is x. So we calculated here. Again, we are using the same formula. So again, now the for the solid one, the length is reduced by some x amount. So the new length is L minus x, and for the board section is represented here by x. So and this is already calculated. This parameter is already calculated over here and here. Okay. So in this relation, now are you able to see the annotations?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this relation, only the unknown parameter is x, and all the parameters are known to us. So this is simple equation. So you can easily calculate the value of x with the use of this equation. So in the tutorial sheet already the value of x is given to you. So now you all try to solve. This is very basic question of stress analysis. Try to solve by yourself and try to match your results with the answer given in the tutorial sheet. Okay. Any problem in the first question? Yes. Do you have any problem in the first question? So I can move to next question. Okay. Okay. Now the next question states that a hollow shaft of diameter ratio. Hollow shaft diameter ratio means what? It is the internal dia divided by the outer dia. Okay, is required to transmit 600 kilowatt at 110 RPM. The maximum torque being 20% greater than the mean, and the shear stress is not to exceed 63 megapascal, and also the twist in a length of 3 meters not to be exceed 1.4 degree. So calculate the maximum external diameter satisfying this condition. So here in this for this question, the shear modulus is given. So how you will proceed with this question? So see this. This is a problem of torsional problem now. So torsional means anyway you need to use the torsional equation you have studied in the solid and structure subject. Okay. So in that relation, what is the main component? That is the torque. Means if the problem is related to torsion, means you are dealing with the torque. You are dealing with the torque. So how you will calculate the torque with the power and the speed given? So anyone can tell me what is the formula? What is the relation between the power and torque if the speed of that shaft is given? Yes, the power is equal to your torque times 2 pi n divided by 60. So that relation, okay. So here is the problem. These are the given data. Suppose small d is the internal dia, caps d is external dia, and this thing is given to us. Means internal is 3 by 8 times the outer d. So, and this is the schematic view of our problem. So this is the relation between the power and torque. So power is nothing but torque multiplied by the angular velocity. So how you will calculate the angular velocity? Just using the RPM. So T times 2 pi n divided by 60. So basically in this relation, the calculated torque is our average torque, mean torque. Okay. So from this relation, we have now the magnitude of our mean torque, and in the question it is given that if the maximum torque is 20% greater than the mean. So what is the maximum then? 1.2 times of mean. So this is now my actual means handling value of torque from here onwards. And also it is given, so in this relation, see carefully, in this relation this power is given to you, this n is given to you, so you can easily calculate the t, nothing difficult. Okay, so here the now T max is calculated at calculated as 1.2 times of T. So first condition is given that the shear stress is not to exceed 63 megapascal. The shear stress. Okay. So this is I think you all have aware of this relation very well. Okay, this is nothing but it comes from the torsional equation. What is J here? Yes, anyone can tell me? What is J here? Yes. What is J here and what is R here?
Sir, polar moment.
Yes. It is polar moment of inertia. Polar moment of inertia means the moment of inertia perpendicular to the plane, resisting plane. Okay. So in this case, the moment of inertia about this axis. Suppose this axis is x, then moment of inertia about this axis means this is suppose cross sectional area. Then we need to take this perpendicular to this cross section. Okay. So, and what is R here? Yes, what is R here? Which radius?
सर मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस सर सेंटर से कहाँ पे हम ले रहे हैं मेजरमेंट?
Yes, means if you are aware of the stress profile in case of shear stress profile in case of torsion in cylinders, then this is the shear stress profile. Okay, so maximum shear stress will induce at the outer radius. Okay, so how you will calculate the J just by this formula 5 by 32 d to the power 4 minus small d to the power 4. So now in this relation, now this T, this is T max actually. This is T max. This is not T mean, and this tau is maximum 63 megapascal. This J already you have the relation between D, capital D and small d. See carefully. Okay, and this how can I represent this R then? Caps D divided by 2. Okay, this so in this relation only unknown is our capital D. See carefully. Okay, so only unknown is capital D. So you can easily if you divide this D by 2, then you will get R, means maximum radius, which is which I have asked in the question, that calculate maximum external dia. Okay, so this is one part of the problem. And again in the question, see carefully, it is given that the twist in a length of 3 meter not to exceed 1.4 degree. Means suppose the length of that hollow cylinder is 3 meter, then the twist, the resisting twist should not exceed 1.4 degree. So again you will use the extended form of this equation, that is g theta divided by L. G theta divided by L means G is your modulus of rigidity, is already given in the question. Okay, and which is already given in the question, and also theta is given. Theta should be taken in radian. Okay, and again the length is given, and this T by this is again T max. So this T and this J are the same quantities as in the previous equation. So again this relation unknown is only capital D. Okay, nothing is there. So again you can you are able to calculate the D from this equation. Now tell me, suppose this RA, okay, suppose we have calculated two values of external radius. Okay, this RA from this equation and RB from this equation. Now suppose RA is greater than RB. So which value of radius you will take as the means as our hollow cylinder will not fail, will able to sustain this much of 63 megapascal shear stress, and also the twist should be not exceed 1.4 degree. Which radius should be we will consider? Yes, try to understand the thing. Are you understanding what I want to ask? see, suppose you are going to take RB, then in that case what will happen? Here in this for this suppose here I am not calculating the things. You need to calculate by yourself the things, whether RA is greater or whether RB is greater. Suppose RA is greater than RB. So in that case, what will happen? Suppose we will take RB as our dia, as our external radius. Then it will fail by this. It cannot sustain this much of shear stress na. So we will take the value which is greater. And suppose this relation is satisfied, then we will take RA as our external radius. Got it? Now it is the safest radius we have now. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Okay. So now I am so ये देखो, ये क्वेश्चन आप लोगों को सब अपने से सॉल्व करना है. मैं यहाँ पे कोई भी मैथमेटिकल डेटास को नहीं लिया हूँ.